How's it going, guys? Grimsie42 here, and I've got a pretty varied pickup. Just a whole bunch of different stuff that I've grabbed recently, and I'm just trying to get this all out here to you guys so that I could get this table that I normally have my games on clutter-free. It is literally, like, right now there is just, like, multiple stacks of games, so just trying to get as many of these filmed as possible so that I can put this game room a little bit more into a semblance. I went on kind of a mini hiatus, if you will, and I am paying the price for it now. I'm definitely way behind in my backlog of getting these games sorted and integrated into the collection. The first thing I want to show you guys, since I'm wearing my Slip-In shirt, is the famous item that Slip-In actually first came from. And if you guys haven't figured it out yet, I actually got this one from my buddy Johnny Lake, and he gave me a really good price. I actually only paid $20 for this, so super happy to finally have one of these in my collection. Some of you may be surprised that I didn't have this yet, but I now own a top loader, and it's a really clean one. A few little minor nicks and dings on it, but definitely worthy for the collection. I do not have a box for this yet, but I already have a dog bone and the hookups. The $20 was just for the console here, but that's really all I needed, so definitely grateful to Johnny for hooking me up with this. The next things I'm going to show you guys are a couple boxes and manuals that I was able to pick up recently, and I got a very good price on these. I want to say I got the two of these for about 20 bucks, and this first one here is definitely worth more than that. It is a very hard to find box and manual for a Virtual Boy game, believe it or not, and it's Waterworld. And like I said, the manual and the insert are inside of this. And I knew this was right up there. I think Jack Bros is still worth a lot more than this, but this is, I think, the second most valuable Virtual Boy game. And I think with this I would have boxes and manuals for half of the library, so definitely getting closer, and definitely looking forward to hopefully getting that closer to complete by the end of the year. This next one here, the box is super clean. I've actually never played the game, but I actually purchased this specifically for the absolutely ridiculous cover art for it, and you'll see what I mean when you check it out. It is a Jaleco game, and again, this is just the box and manual, but it's for Rival Turf, and just give that box a look. Those two thugs on the front of it, these guys look like they're out of an after-school special, but still very clean box, and definitely happy to add this to the collection. This next game here was a bit of a goof on my part. It was probably me not reading so well. I saw a very reasonably priced auction on eBay. It was actually a buy it now, and I was able to negotiate with the seller and actually get him to drop the price a little bit. The only downside is that I did not notice when I scoured through the listing quickly that there was some damage to it. He basically worded it oddly. I do not recall exactly how he said it, but it's a complete copy of Virtual Hide-Lide. I think that's how you pronounce it. Hide-Lide. I don't know. That's an odd word. It's kind of like the NES game Hide-Lide, but this is a much different thing. It's kind of a 3D dungeon crawler. Kind of interesting looking. And another Atlas title off the list. To show you what I meant with the damage, I'll actually just remove. As you can see, it came right off. The Saturn had these two little tabs, like there's the one here, but as you can see it's broken right there, so that was the issue with it, but it is in really good shape, and it even came with styrofoam, so I can just swap this front piece out at a later date. Definitely happy to get another Saturn RPG out of the way, while also getting an Atlas title, so definitely cool there. Moving along here, I saw this and it is super clean. Unfortunately, there is a back sticker, which is very common for this game since I believe it was a Blockbuster exclusive. But definitely happy to have this one, and it's Daikatana. Anyone who's checked this game out or maybe watched the AVGN James and Mike Mondays that this was featured in can see that this is a horrible game. It's just cool to knock another N64 game off the list, and on top of that, have it be a Blockbuster exclusive. This next one is a Taito game, and something I'm happy to add to the collection. It's a pretty decent game, and Taito definitely did some good things with this license if you know the NES very well. But this is a little bit different, a little more modern. It's Flintstones, The Treasure of Sierra Madrock for the Super Nintendo. So definitely a decent platformer. Not the best game in the world, but not the worst. Something I had some fun with. The next two items I'm going to show you are two games that I got from a good buddy of mine, Tony. You may know Tony from, he's been on Scott Squatch's videos some, and he's been other places too. He's a really well-known G.I. Joe collector. That's his forte. But he is known through his seeking prowess to help out his video game collecting friends also. And that was the case with these games. These were two games that I had really tried hard in my area to locate and was not able to. And I actually put a plea out, if you will, to Facebook that if anybody had these local in their area, if they could pick them up for me, I would, you know, pay them for it. And him being the guy that he is, was able to pick these up for me, and he got them at really, really good prices. So he paid that forward to me, and I was super grateful. This first one here is a budget Wii title that I've been looking for by xXS Games, which is another one of my higher up there publishers. And this one is an interesting game. It's a fighting game that uses the Wiimote and the nunchucks. So don't know how much playing it'll get because I really get exhausted quickly with all that flailing of your arms nonsense. When I play video games, I kind of like to just chill and lay back. But the game is Guilty Gear XX Core. And it is complete and in really, really good shape. But the one I am more excited to get, that one was more kind of just to kind of close in my Wii collection. It was one of the ones I was looking for. But this one I was actually looking forward to a lot more to actually play. It is a compilation disc on the 360 and definitely not easy to come by. So I was super grateful to Tony for finding this for me. And it's Raiden Fighters Aces. And this one here, like I said, is a compilation game that's got Raiden Fighters 2, and Raiden Fighters 3, I believe that is. So definitely really cool to pick this up, get this out of the way. The last 6 games I'm going to show you are games that I picked up from one of my local Oogie Games. That's the name of the local chain I have here. Sometimes they have some Master System games, and most of these were just like a couple bucks, so I definitely had no issue grabbing them. The first one, and I needed all these for my collection too, just to add, but the first one here is Great Baseball, and I believe these are all complete. Some of them even have like the poster with the manual, all that jazz, so I'm going to refrain from opening these because these Master System games tend to pop out and attack me, if you will. But like I said, as far as I know, they are all complete. This next one here is Great Football, part of the Great series, apparently. Continuing on that trend, the next one is Great Golf. Here's a good one. Definitely something I had when I owned the Mega Drive. Yeah, right. The Master System as a child. I got this when I was 6, I believe. I don't see a date on this. Actually, this one came out when I was 7. This is Outrun. And Outrun is definitely a little better in the arcade than this, but still, this is a pretty good port for the Master System. Definitely a fun game. This one, I think, was $3. Alright, these next 2 games look pretty interesting. I've yet to play either of them, so I'm definitely excited to check them out. The first one, and I'm sure I'm going to butcher this name, is Golvelius Valley of Doom. And it is part of the action series with password save. So it's a really interesting looking, it kind of looks like a Zelda clone, if you will. But definitely excited to check this one out. If I'm not mistaken, this last one here is actually something that I saw on a GameSack video. And it definitely looks interesting, but if I remember correctly, they didn't give it the greatest love, so hopefully it's a little better than they led on to believe. But this one here is a copy of Zillion 2, The Triformation. And it looks really interesting. It looks like the graphics are pretty good. Looks like you can ride a motorcycle, and it's kind of like a run-and-gun shooter. I don't recall exactly what their issue with this game was, but it definitely looks pretty good. I'm definitely excited to give it a try. And yeah, this one also complete and comes with a poster. For whatever reason, my my local Oogie Games seem to occasionally get Master System games in, and they're always complete. So, you know, I am definitely okay with adding 6 more Master System games to my collection. Master System is definitely one of my smaller collections. It's just tough to find the games, and usually when you find them, they're either too expensive or they're not complete. So with the Genesis and the Master System, I definitely like to find the games complete, because I know these plastic clamshells could stand the test of time. So I definitely look for them whenever grabbing games. But anyways, guys, that's going to be it for today. I appreciate you sticking around to the end, and until next time, guys, take care.